5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning, Internet. Uh-oh. Ambiance. We have an ambiance problem. Hang on. Alexa, desk light, soft white. It's better. Alexa, TV light, red. Nailed it. That's a perfect balance of blue and red. I figured it out. It took me a long time to get that done. And I tried messing with other colors, but red and blue can't go wrong. All right, red, white, and blue. I'm the white. Racism. Anyway, good morning, misfits. All right, I take these fucking things out. Just put them in. When you switch those aligner thingies, they give you a lisp. Starts sounding like a homo. So, good morning, Eden in the chat. If you are also following me on X, you can see that there has been a ton of drama. And look, people that fucking say, "Why do you talk about that so much?" Right? Why do I talk about anything so much? All right, because I fucking feel like it. Okay? What the fuck is up with this fucking shaming of using the internet however the fuck you want, right? It's been in many different things. What do you talk about Israel so much? Why do you talk about entertainment so much? Why do you talk about sex trafficking so much? Why do you talk about Trump so much? Why do you talk about this? What? Because I fucking want to. Hey, I'm the fucking one who built the page. I built the whole page. I started with 0 followers. I have worked my way up to 50,000 followers on one page, 100,000 followers on another. I've amassed billions with a B views over the past 5 years. I don't need to fucking explain it to you. You do it. You fucking do it, cunt. Fucking like, what are you talking about? I'll post literally whatever I fucking feel like. Oh, I got 3 new subscribers on X. I was looking for my analytics, but let's check. Let's check and see what my strategy is doing for me on the internet. Okay. Um, account overview on X, 1 year. Wait, that can't be right. Oh yeah, that's just 1 year. That's not all time. Well, just 1 year. 119.7 million impressions, 5 million engagements, 12,000 followers. 12,000 verified followers, 4.2% engagement rate, 497 or 498,000 profile visits, 154,000 reposts, 2 million likes. That's just 1 year on one page. I don't even know what my Instagram is, but my Instagram is more. Probably a lot more. I just got a message. You disgusting rapist bastard. I hope your ass gets deported to El Salvador. All right, first of all, I'm not El Salvadorian. All right? Even if I was a rapist, which I'm not, I would just go to jail here. Deported to El. Do they think I'm El Salvadorian? Yeah, like I said, if you've been following the drama on X, Andrew Tate's fan mail account, they said that they posted they made a post saying that I think I still have it on here. Let's see here. I have it on the where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. Nope, I don't have it. That's fine. They made a post saying that I was convicted of sexually abusing women all across the country. No. Okay? They didn't post some like fabricated document that somebody made. No, no, no. Nothing. They just said it. And I'm like, all right, well, uh, let's provide my evidence for why Andrew Tate is a actual sexual abuser. And then I do it, and they're like, "That's not true." And I'm like, "Motherfucker!" So it's been fun. It's been a fun ride. But enough about me. Let's get to the Daily Breakdown. If this is your first time watching the Daily Breakdown, you don't know what the fuck it is, and I'm going to explain it. I type the word news into a search engine every morning, well, Tuesdays through Thursdays, and this is what pops up. Whatever pops up, we talk about. We break it down. It's Daily Breakdown. It's very punny. So the top headline here, when you type in the word news, is Ukrainians call Trump's move to halt vital intel pathetic and petty. Oh, oh, well, if the Ukrainians are judging us, I suppose we should probably take that very, very seriously. Yeah. Imagine giving like somebody $350 billion and then having them shit talk you. It's like, I think I would probably fucking bomb you. Like I would probably like if I had the power, I should never be president. If I had the power of the presidency and I had given somebody 350 billion fucking dollars and I opened up the fucking and I opened up my like well, it used to be the newspaper. Opened up my phone and I see a news headline that's like, "Hey, you know those people we gave $350 billion to? Well, they're talking shit about us." I'd be like, "Oh, cool. Get me the nuclear football." Fucking, are you high? You should be fucking begging for every fucking, like, ounce of praise you can muster, worshiping at our feet. But nope, not Ukraine. They're just going to withhold their mail order brides. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. By the way, anytime if I have to give this warning over the next couple weeks, it is a possibility, not to bring the mood down. It is a possibility that I'm going to get a really bad phone call during one of these shows. Because my mom is in hospice. So if that happens, I may say, "Hey guys, I got to take this phone call." And it could just be nothing. It could just be like, "Hey, just give you an update on your mom." Or it could be a very bad call. And if that happens, I might not even come back on the screen. I might just cut the show. So I don't know. I really don't know how I'm gonna react when I do get that bad news. But my mom is not gonna be here much longer, so it sucks. I'm gonna try to get back up there before she passes. I said this on yesterday. I know what she would want me to do. She wouldn't want me sitting next to a bed, losing work for potentially weeks, just so I could be there. But I do want to be there, so I'm going to bang out this job after this show. I'm going to work. I'm gonna try to get it done as fast as possible without fucking it up, and jump right back on a plane. And I won't take another job. I won't start my next job until it happens. Unfortunately, what I do in construction um, doesn't lend itself well to a personal life when you are ripping somebody's bathroom apart and you're halfway through it. You got to finish it. You know, they're not just going to be like, "Oh, take your time." They're going to be like, "Hey, I need my fucking toilet back." You know, like I got to shit. I have to shit in the shower. So it's hard. It's unfortunate timing, but you don't get the you don't get that in life. Let's go to this headline. Ukraine may have enough weapons to fight Russia unaffected for a few weeks at least. But President Donald Trump's decision to stop sharing intelligence will cost civilian lives almost immediately, dismayed Ukrainians said Thursday. Trump's decision to halt intelligence came as European leaders, including President Zelensky, convened a summit in Brussels
as they attempt to cope with the upended landscape in which the Trump administration appears to be treating them with hostility, while seemingly warming to the Kremlin. He's not warming to the Kremlin. He's just calling balls and strikes. Um, miles away. I love how the news is like, unless you're constantly shit talking a nuclear power, then you're appeasing. Like, it's like, no, dude. It's like, hey, Trump understands Putin. Trump understands how to deal with Putin. Probably the same way people should understand how to deal with Trump. Compliment him, all right? Even if you don't mean it. Just be like, hey, you look great today. Don't nuke us. Shit like that. Fucking wild how people can't figure that out. As Washington turns off the tap on 65 billion in AIDS, Ukrainians will have to do without military intelligence. Yeah, well, fuck around and find out. They shouldn't have came here and started talking shit in the Oval Office. Um, Viewed from the homes and apartments of Kyiv, it seems like a very petty decision by our alleged ally, said 33, who manages donations at a non-governmental organization. So somebody that works for an NGO in Ukraine said that it was petty. This isn't coming from the Ukrainian government, which is important context. Looks like this fucking journalist is just trying to stir up shit. Why is my computer glitchy? White House cuts off intel feed. The feeling is deeply felt. Trying to find out who's giving these quotes. Doesn't say. Same lady or man. I don't know what Myroslava is as far as a gendered name. But Myroslava Yeremkiv says it looks like a thug tactic, blackmailing and trying to break Ukrainians into submission before negotiations. Oh yeah, shut the fuck up. You work for an NGO. Those fucking corrupt cunts launder money. I really hope in the future we can restore the sharing of information, said another name I'm not going to pronounce. The head of the Kyiv based Center for Military and Legal Studies. We will lose some types of information about flying warplanes and Russian airfields. Okay, so essentially, Ukrainian bureaucrats are upset. Yeah, good. You should be upset. You guys have funded and promoted and egged on a war that has gotten millions of people killed over the past 3 years. So sorry if I don't feel bad for you that Trump is actually trying to stop it. Let's go back to the daily breakdown. Next up, the recession trade is back on Wall Street. Recession trade. Oh. Investors entered 2025 optimistic that an already strong economy. It was not a strong economy. Holy shit. It's fake news morning, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, the economy was garbage under Joe Biden. It's going to be garbage for the next 6 months. It's going to take time to recover from that fucking horror show that we just went through. But I digress. Um, Instead, trade tensions and signs of slowing growth have driven indexes lower in recent weeks. The declines accelerated this week as Trump imposed a 25% tariff. That's expected. When you impose a tariff, there's going to be a market reaction. Losses have been particularly acute in sectors that investors view as sensitive to slowdown, such as banks and smaller companies. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite has fallen 7.5% since mid-February. Oil prices have slipped because we haven't started drilling yet. I think a lot of people were just assuming tariffs were just a bluff. No, we tried telling you they were not a bluff. Anybody with a fucking brain was like, no, this is not a bluff. You guys need to start understanding that Donald Trump is very rarely bluffing. He uses negotiation tactics, but he is fucking 100% serious in following through with what he's saying. So, like when he says, if you don't do this, I will do this, it's not like Joe Biden telling all the people that were coming across the border, don't. And then when they did, Joe Biden did nothing. No, Trump is like, this is what's happening. If you don't fucking get in line, I'm going to impose this on you. This is what I'm saying is going to happen. And if Trump doesn't follow through with that, if these people call his bluff, he looks weak. He's not going to do that. That's real leadership. If you make a fucking promise about something, you fucking follow through with it. So all these people need to understand that this temporary pain that we're about to go through is necessary for a longer and more sustaining future. You can't just say, all right, Canada, stop the fentanyl, or I'm going to impose a 25% tariff. Canada doesn't stop the fentanyl. You can't just go, all right, yeah, keep the fentanyl coming. No, Trump understands that you can't do that, and he's going to keep on doing it. If Donald Trump makes a threat, I would take it seriously. That's the bottom line. What you should take from this. Many remain confident that the latest bout of economics will prove no worse than others that have popped up in recent years. Yeah, exactly. Um, and it's driven by Governor that Trump could reverse in a moment. And yeah, he will. When these people finally do get in line, it's just going to bounce right back. So there's really nothing to worry about. Screaming the sky is on fire is something that the media and the left have gotten really good at every time Trump opens his mouth. But essentially, the story is nonsense. All right, next up. You can tell I'm kind of slow today still. I thought that I would fucking, rally today, but it's been a pretty rough week. It's been fucking that fucking. I'm telling you, man, flying and traveling, especially when you're dealing with something as serious as your mom dying, uh, it's mentally draining, but it's physically draining. It's like it's all the fucking just even going. It's a whole fucking day basically ruined when you go to an airport. Like, it's anytime you fly anywhere, your day's ruined. Anything, I mean, unless it's like a fucking 3 hour flight, 2 hour flight. But no, when you fly across the fucking country, fucking forget all of your plans for the day. They suck. Next up, this is the only, what I can tell, important story. Hamas brushes off Trump's threat and says it will only free hostages in return for a lasting truce. Let me know how that works out for you. That's not going to go your way, I think. Hamas release. Oh, hold on. Let's get one more. There we go. Let's pause it there. Cairo. The Hamas militant group, terrorist group. They are not militants. They are terrorists. Fucking sick and tired of that fucking talking point. All right? Hamas are terrorists. They are not militants. Militants imply military. Militaries follow rules of war, rules of engagement, fucking the Geneva Convention, shit like that. They don't roll up into a fucking a sovereign nation and slaughter 1,200 people. Oh, but what about Israel bombing indiscriminately? Yeah, the bombing the terrorists that did that. That's counterterrorism is not an act of war. It's not a violation of anything. Counterterrorism is killing terrorists. It's encouraged most of the time. Anyway, but enough with that. The militant group, the terrorist group on Thursday brushed off Donald Trump's latest threat and reiterated that it will only free the remaining Israeli hostages in exchange for a lasting ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Hamas accused Trump and the prime minister of trying to back out of the ceasefire agreement they reached in January. Well, no, they did that when they tried to blow up a bunch of buses. The agreement calls for negotiations over a second phase, which the hostages would be released in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners, permanent ceasefire, and Israelis withdraw from Gaza. Hey, no. Hey, fuck you. All right, I've been saying this over and over and over again. We're at the point, and this was not immediate. You shouldn't have done this immediately, but now you're at the point where you have to make a very, very tough but right call of assuming the hostages are dead and just bombing the whole fucking strip. Anybody that's left there, you have to look at it like this. Yes, those people's families obviously won't want you to do it. No, you don't want to do it, but how many lives will be saved in the long run? It's essentially what we did with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, we bombed innocent people to save innocent people. You know, it's the trolley analogy, right? If there's a train coming down the tracks and it's gonna run over one person, and you have to pull the lever, or sorry, it's gonna run over 5 people, and you have to pull the lever so the train diverts, but it only kills one person. Do you pull the lever? Do you save more people, but in the act of saving them, you make an active decision to kill somebody else? Yes. The answer is yes every time. It's never once no. Anybody that says it's no is a fucking idiot. All right. You have to look at it like this: if these terrorists, Hamas, continue to exist, more people will die. Is it worth the half a dozen hostages to risk the lives of dozens, hundreds, thousands more in the future? The answer is no. And I think that, I mean, I can't speak for these people. I can speak for myself. I think that if I was being held for like 500 days, tortured, beaten, whipped, fucking all the horrible shit that the hostages that were released said goes on, and I could talk to the Israeli government, and the Israeli government was like, hey, would you like us to just bomb them? You'll die too. I would be like, send the fucking Moabs. Do it now. Do it now. As long as these people fucking die, I'm good. I'm at peace. I think that I'm pretty sure the hostages would probably agree with me. Most people would. I did a poll on X, and a lot of people they they said the same thing. All right. What else do they got in this article? Wednesday, Trump issued what he said was a last warning after meeting with 8 former hostages. Release all the hostages now, not later, and immediately return all the dead bodies that you people murdered, or it's over for you. Only sick and twisted people keep bodies. You are sick and twisted. Both Israel and Hamas have a long standing practice of holding on to the remains of their adversaries in order to trade them in hostage prisoner deals. Hamas is still believed to have 24 living hostages. Yeah, I doubt it. Um, Taken on October 7th, including Israeli American Eden Alexander. It's also holding the bodies of 34 others who were killed in the initial attack, as well as the remains of soldiers killed in the 2014 war. It is weird. It's weird to hold on to bodies. You should just give those back immediately. Like, just immediately. Like, you trading corpses like they're fucking currency. That's for both Israel and Hamas. I don't give a shit. Like, Israel, stop that. Like, Hamas, you're fucking animals. All right, I get why you do it. Israel, don't do that. Just if somebody dies, just give him back. Fucking, I don't care if you put their dead body, their dead terrorist body into a catapult and fling it at them. Give them back. Stop that. Ugh. Trump's right on that. That's weird. Hamas released 24 Israeli hostages and the bodies of 8 more in exchange for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners in the first 42-day ceasefire, which ended on Saturday. And all the people that are like, "Oh, it's unfair trades." Look, I mean, you got to understand Netanyahu's probably dealing with the families, he's probably dealing with the people. He's got his own reasons, and I think that what they're thinking is we can release 1 million of them. We're still going to fucking kill them again. So, I don't see it as, that big of a deal that they give back more prisoners when they want a hostage because they value their people 2,000 times as much. So, yeah, it's worth it because they're just going to kill them again. All right. Next up, this is going to be a short show. I'm out of it. I'm tired. It's been a rough week. Um, but let's get to this last headline. Today's going to be just the news. I'll probably just do it, just last one, and then I'm out of here. Looks like nobody's in the chat anyway, except for Eden. You're the best. Trump's FDA chief pick Makari to face overhauling agency, keeping Kennedy happy. That's a fucking mouthful of a headline. What is that about? Martin Makari, President Donald Trump's nominee to run the U.S. FDA, will be tasked with maintaining the agency's gold standard status among international drug regulators while contending with cost cuts and answering to a vaccine skeptic for a boss in Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. He's set to take over the agency, already embroiled in controversy after the mass firing of federal employees. Makari will appear in front of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee for his confirmation hearing on Thursday. That's today. He will likely face questions from Democrats on this drug, blah, 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 abortion, blah, blah, blah. Makari is a physician at Johns Hopkins. Okay, that is the timer. That means if you're watching this on YouTube or X, head on over to Rumble. We put it at the top right-hand side of the screen. We changed up the format so you guys know where to go. You guys get the first half hour free, and then, well, then fuck yourself. Like, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Bye, YouTube.